For guys who are watching this right now, who are having trouble with motivation at their work, what is the thing that keeps you motivated to do the same thing for 27 years?
I'm the guy.
Yeah.
I'm the guy who started boot camps. I actually am the man who coined the term boot camp, right? It's something that I've been inspired to continue to do. It's what I do. Now, I've always said you cannot be a master until you can train someone else to be a master.
Yeah.
So I've created some masters in the pickup arts.
So just imagine, guys, you're a personal trainer, having one of your sales guys be the person who changed his entire life, saved his marriage, whatever, lost 40 pounds of fat. That guy could be an incredible salesperson for you, or you have a guy like we have people in our company who are accountants or lawyers, and because they understand our niche, those are the people we'd rather hire.
I think that as long as you teach something that is unique
Yeah.
and rare in the industry that you're teaching in, that is a niche,
Yeah.
you'll be fine, you know? Like a comedian, you can't tell other comedians jokes.
Right.
Well, in the same thing here, you can't teach something that someone else taught to you unless you get an endorsement from them, you know, or a licensing agreement.
Right. That's the greatness, man. Finding something that you love, doing it, becoming a lead at it, sticking with it. And a lot of times it's being the first to market with, you know, whatever this expertise is a great way to grow a thriving business. What's up, guys? I'm here with this strange guy I just met walking around Los Angeles here. Today we have a very, very important video for you. We're going to talk about three subjects. First one, we're going to talk about starting before anyone. The first person in the world to call himself a PUA invented the word PUA. Number two, we're going to talk about determination, doing it for 27 years with the vicissitudes of business and continuing to do it. And number three, we're going to talk about being elite at one thing, like Gary Keller says in his book, The One Thing, becoming elite at one thing until other people are asking you for your expertise. You become, like if somebody was going to do a documentary on pickup, he's the first guy they would come to. So having that level of elite status. So first off, I want to talk about this, man. 27 years ago.
Yes, sir.
How do you remember it?
I remember going on a good run. I had a good run back in the day.
Yeah.
And wow, that was a series of peak experiences.
Is there any part
here
where
in Hollywood,
when you think about it back then, where you're like, oh, I'm going to do this for the rest of my life?
Oh, it's a love-hate relationship I have with the game. So sometimes I think I want out, and then I snap out of it, and I'm kind of married to the game.
Was there a part, because I know you don't necessarily handle a lot of the business stuff. Was there a part
Right.
where you're like, I think this is going to be a viable business? Where do you remember that being, like that first boot camp?
Yeah, the first boot camp with Neil Strauss. That was the first time I had paid students.
Yeah.
And the reason why I set up that boot camp is because there was a beautiful girl that I met at the Magic Castle that I wanted to see again. But I was stuck in Toronto, right? And I had depleted my funds from the previous long trip that I had taken to LA. So I had to scramble an idea together.
I didn't know this. So you did that first boot camp out of necessity to have money to stay here in LA.
No, it was literally to see a girl.
Oh, to see a girl.
Right? And so Neil Strauss's down payment was used to get my flight.
Oh,
you know,
wow.
he and the other students of the first boot camp.
Yeah.
And we met at the Roosevelt, just down here.
That's incredible.
Yeah.
Okay. So we're talking about this from like a business standpoint. So you've had different business partners throughout the time, and then you kind of divvy up responsibilities. It's important to find other people who do different things in your business.
Well, I found like-minded individuals.
Yeah.
You know, people like Baxter, Ablaze.
Yeah.
These are men who are lifelong into pickup, and they love the game, and they made a business out of it. So I business partnered up with them.
Can you talk about, so I don't want to pay taxes in my company. Somebody else does that.
All right.
I don't want to build a website. I don't want to do those things, right?
Right.
I just want to coach, make YouTube videos, nothing else. Can you talk about finding qualified people that allow you to do what you're great at?
Well, a lot of the students that I've met over the years are qualified to do certain things.
Yeah.
And so they become a resource, a pool of resource. So that's, how I meet them. I meet them as students and then pull them into helping out somewhere if they request that.
So sometimes some of the best people to hire are people who are like almost zealots. They're very much like your biggest fans. A lot of times those are the best people to hire to take some of those things off your plate.
Well, they're hungry.
Yeah.
They're hungry and they know the niche.
Yeah, that's really important that they know the niche. Because they, like, the controversy wouldn't get, because they understand what you're doing in context and they understand what you need. So you find people who love your product, love your program, love exactly what you're doing, and a lot of the times those people are the people you can bring into your program because they can anticipate what the niche is, right?
Yes.
And they're hungry, like you said.
I would say even more importantly is they've been on boot camp, so they know what the service is.
Yes.
And prior to being on boot camp, they're uncertain that it's as good as it is.
Right.
So they come on boot camp and then they're, thoroughly converted.
So just imagine, guys, you're a personal trainer, having one of your sales guys be the person who changed his entire life, saved his marriage, whatever, lost 40 pounds of fat. That guy could be an incredible salesperson for you, or you have a guy like we have people in our company who are accountants or lawyers, and because they understand our niche, those are the people we'd rather hire. And then lastly, if you have fulfillment coaches, instructors, those are guys who went, like at some point Baxter went on a boot camp somewhere, right, and learned and then became great at what he's doing.
No doubt, no doubt. He was running boot camps before I met him in London with various companies that are, famous in London.
For sure. So they get your niche, they're hungry, right? And there might be some of your biggest fans. These are some of the best people to work with. Now, you have this point where you have the fame from the book The Game by Neil Strauss. Sure. Then you do VH1's The Pickup Artist. And then you have this long period of you and Baxter running around through Europe and different cities. Like I hadn't seen you in Las Vegas in like 10 years,
Yeah, I've been in Europe.
Yes.
I've also been raising my kids, and I've also got nieces who each have children.
Yes.
So I have that side of my family as well. I play different roles for my family. I'm not mystery all the time. Sometimes I'm daddy. Sometimes I'm Uncle Eric.
So what is the feeling that keeps you doing this for 27 years? Is it the feeling of service? Is it the transformation of the clients? What is the thing that keeps you motivated? For guys who are watching this right now, who are having trouble with motivation at their work, what is the thing that keeps you motivated to do the same thing for 27 years?
I'm the guy.
Yeah.
I'm the guy who started boot camps. I actually am the man who coined the term boot camp, right? It's something that I've been inspired to continue to do. It's what I do.
But you have some amazing transformations, like seeing what Neil did, how he changed his life, is a motivation for you to keep working.
It definitely is something that pleases me.
Yeah.
When at the end of a boot camp, we've all met some women, and we come back to the after party, and we're all snuggled up with our girls.
There you go.
Music's playing. Everyone has a girl. Like this happened not too long ago, a few days ago.
After Access Vegas, everyone pulled. Every single guy pulled. So yeah, there's that part of it. But I mean, in addition, right, the transformation. Several of your clients have gotten married. When Owen had you on his live stream, one of the things he asked you is like, do you realize all the people's lives you've changed over the last 27 years?
It's nice to get some feedback from people, and it's been very positive. If I meet them personally, I'm getting people thanking me, changed their life. I have children because of you, or I'm married because of you. I'm just really grateful that I could reach out and help people. I believe in the word collaboration. That's my word for the year.
Can you talk about how important it is, because you were first to market, like in this market, right? Mm-hmm. Like they came, all these people who are doing this now, when you think about all the people who even have a platform now, in part because of you. I mean, and that includes everyone from UMP, Adam Lyons, when we talk about RSD. I mean, I could name Jared Cyclorns. I could name thousands of coaches, and Cosmo, obviously, and coaches who coach in something similar. There's other people who do social dynamics things that isn't exactly pickup, but they call it a boot camp just because you coined that phrase.
Right.
Can you talk about, like, when you look at, like, I wouldn't say that Joe Rogan puts the most production value in his podcast out of anybody, but because he was first, he was so far ahead of everyone else to get a big podcast like that.
Standard for what success looks like in that niche.
Yeah, and then lastly, the other part I want to talk about is the fact that you gaining the expertise, right?
That's what I did. Instead of focusing on a business model, and trying to then build my skill set so that I could, make money with it, I was not concerned with that. I was concerned only with skill set development.
So
that was it. And interestingly, many of the students still in this industry, they learned not only the skill of cold approach pickup from me, but they also learned how to run a boot camp.
Yeah.
Right? So they were able to model it. And I've created an industry, really, of all these guys that have taken boot camp with me and gone on to teach others. Now, I've always said, you cannot be a master until you can train someone else to be a master.
Yeah.
So I've created some masters in the pickup arts.
And so the other part, like, for instance, is just think about somebody who's running a business now.
Yeah.
There's all these vicissitudes, there's all these obstacles that pop up where if you have experience, you know how to deal with them. I mean, you'd say at this point with boot camp, every single possibility that's existed, you already know how to handle it.
I've done a few hundred boot camps.
Yeah.
No, I'm privy to the dynamics of what's possible on a weekend and how to handle everything so that we run a smooth boot camp.
That's another thing that comes from expertise and focusing on one thing and becoming incredible at one thing.
That's right. You know, if there's something to get good at in pickup, it's cold approach pickup. You got to start somewhere.
For sure.
Right? You got to meet the women face on.
Yeah.
And if you're going to systematically attract them, that takes skill. That's not something you hope for. It's not a gamble. She didn't show interest in 10 minutes. Instead, do something, do an action, an activity, a performance of some sort, like storytelling, in order to entice her to give you indicators of interest. That's something learnable. If you're going to get good at something, get good at that.
Also, not just the running the boot camp, logistics, all that kind of stuff, but the actual stuff in the boot camp, dealing with getting into different venues. How do I get 20 guys or 10 guys into a different nightclub? Somebody wants to fight, AMOGs, all this kind of stuff. You've dealt with all of it because you focused on the expertise of doing one thing incredibly well.
That's absolutely right.
Yeah.
That's
so
right.
Again, remember, I highly recommend you guys check out the book, The One Thing by Gary Keller. He talks about getting incredibly good at one thing and that making you fantastically wealthy, right? A lot of people are like, I want to be good at everything. Focusing on one thing, and that took me a while to figure out what my one thing is. Eric knew what his one thing was 27 years ago, but finding that one thing and then just becoming elite at that, tripling down on that one thing, that one idea. Now,
you can get good at something, and you can then teach others to get good at it too. All you're doing is raising people's standards for themselves.
You said in this year, the word for this year is collaboration. You talk about collaboration as far as you need lead generation, you need new clients, and you need to run your business. How does collaboration fit into that?
You can get more done by collaborating.
Yeah.
You can share the work. You can not compete with people you have no business competing with.
Yeah.
Right? For instance, in pickup, let's say you and I go out to a nightclub environment.
Yeah.
Truthfully, there's room at the top for all of us. We all can get a girl. There isn't like one girl that we're competing against. There's 50 girls with which we get a chance to meet all of them and find out if there's a spark or connection with a particular woman or not.
Yeah.
Right? That's We can collaborate. I can help you by bigging you up to a girl who does not yet know you as I do.
Yeah.
Or you can open a set of women and introduce your buddy mystery to meet them.
Yeah.
Right? And we collaborate by bigging each other up, by splitting a 2-set, for instance, if that's what's necessary. Right? So we each get a girl and we're both happy.
Right.
That's collaboration to me.
But there's also collaboration with your business, right? Like, so for me, there's other adjacent businesses that are people that can help you. You also can collaborate with them, right? Just so other people, you can show off your expertise with other people.
I think that as long as you teach something that is unique
Yeah.
and rare in the industry that you're teaching in, that is a niche,
Yeah.
you'll be fine, you know? Like a comedian, you can't tell other comedians jokes.
Right.
Well, in the same thing here, you can't teach something that someone else taught to you unless you get an endorsement from them, you know, or a licensing agreement.
Right.
So find a niche, become an expert at it, and then teach others to be an expert at it as well. And that's enough. That's enough of a business model right there.
The other thing, that I noticed that you do is you don't even have a Twitter. Like, a lot of the noise doesn't affect you. You have a frame control when it comes to this, when it comes to what you teach, that I'm gonna guess is probably the reason why you're able to do this for so long and to get so good at it. Because like I noticed a lot of the outside noise you don't even know about it when I bring stuff up.
Yeah. I'm less concerned with the online media community's topics
Yeah.
as I am with getting in field and training, right? Like, it's all excuses until you get to the party. And so I'm teaching men how to get to the party and then how to harness the night successfully so that when they leave the party, they're not leaving alone.
Yeah. That's the greatness, man. Finding something that you love, doing it, becoming a lead at it, sticking with it. And a lot of times it's being the first to market with, whatever this expertise is a great way to grow a thriving business. And the other thing that I love is, it's been for me and to some extent for you as well, is we are building a brand that helps us with our business, but also helps us meet women. Like, I have found it.
We're harnessing our sex drive.
Yeah.
Aren't we?
Yeah.
Right? For financial gain.
For sure.
That comes into play.
Yeah. My business, like for instance, part of my business, I host bikini competitions. I find really high status guys to come be judges at my bikini competitions. Whenever I go to a self-help conference or even any kind of coaching, I try to show up there with 6 girls. So it's helping me with my dating life and my social networking business life at the same time. Those are 2 things you can do. Also building a brand. Now you're like, for instance, let's just say, Eric and I go somewhere and there's a bunch of guys who recognize Eric. A girl's gonna be like, why does all these guys want to take pictures with this person? And he's playing level 5 fame game right there with a girl while he's also building his business, building his brand at the same time.
Yeah, it's a synergy.
Yeah.
I have a master projects list, and one of my projects is Project Social. And I want to have a social life, and I synergize it with my other business related projects. For instance, let's say I have a meeting, I may bring a girl with me to that meeting, right? And a guy wants to work with another dude if he's got a hot girl that believes in him a lot more, right?
Definitely. So guys, again, what I want you to take from this, number 1, be first to take action. Whatever your idea is, if you can get it out there before anybody else, a lot of times that being first to market has a massive advantage. Number 2, the determination. And like he talked about before, like the frame control of, I have decided I'm going to stick with this no matter what. Orion Teraband said, I'm going to do this for at least 2 years until I see an ROI with his YouTube channel. For me, I made a promise to myself to do 100 episodes of my podcast no matter what, even if nobody watched it. Make a promise to yourself, a determination to stick with it. And then number 3, becoming an expert, like Gary Keller talks about in his book, becoming an unbelievable expert, tripling down on one thing that you become fantastic about. Now what happens is not only have you become really good and worked out all the problems that other people might have in this business, you already know you could consult, like definitely Eric could consult other people on how to run boot camps. But additionally, you've told me before, you've had celebrities, you can't say their names, celebrities reach out to you because they want advice because you've become elite at this one thing.
I'm famous for being good at not being famous.
Yeah.
It's cold approach pickup that I'm good at. And that means that the people I'm meeting, the group that I'm interacting with, don't know me.
Yeah.
And I have to systematically upload my demonstrations of higher value into their head so they'll treat me with respect and dignity, right?
Yeah.
And they'll treat me like I'm famous by the end of it.
You're
right?
famous for going up to people who don't know who you are and then picking them up without being famous.
That's correct. And to those groups that know mystery, it's instantly known that it's a tainted set. They know me.
Yeah.
It's not a cold approach anymore. It's now a hot approach. And that's what celeb game is, hot approach. If someone comes up and wants to take pictures with me and congratulate me and tell me that they've read my books, and they do that in front of a girl that I've met,
Yeah.
from her perspective, I look bloody famous, right?
I have guys come up to me all the time in the club and they're like, hey man, I just want to say hi. They want to take a picture. It's like, hope I'm not wasting your time. I'm like, no bro, I'm on a date. Keep taking more pictures.
Yeah.
Send your friends over here.
What's sad is when they hand the camera over to the girl. I'm like, put the girl in the shot with
Put
us,
the girl in
man.
the picture, bro.
You know,
it's like I can't. I'm cheating on my wife. Why would I put the picture with the girl?
Don't hand the camera over to the girl that I'm with to take a picture with me.
Right.
Include her in it. That's all I'm saying.
Incredible. Man, I hope you guys take these lessons. So, you know, you can find a lot of people who started an industry. Eric started an entire industry. Let's just say you don't agree with anything he does or I do. You can't deny he started an entire industry. He was first to market, and he is seen as elite in his field. Just think about what you could do with that. What kind of business and brand you could build by having that level of determination and focus on one thing to be that elite to where you're famous for that one thing. Guys, I know it's boring. You guys want to be, everybody wants to be, you know, the decathlete, get good at 10 different events. No, even decathletes have 1 or 2 events they're elite at, which makes them incredible decathletes. You need to become elite, figure out what your one thing is, what that elite thing is, and then you end up, and Eric, and I don't even think you recognize it, like, you're happy every day of your life because you get to do what you love for a living.
I guess that's very true. I'm very grateful for that. If you're looking to niche, to find a niche with which to offer a service within, they can always take top dog from you. There's always going to be another top dog. And you may be a top dog next. But the one thing that a person cannot take away from you is first. So being the first to market, being the first to spark off an industry, right? Like, you've heard of the martial arts? Well, there's something called the Venusian arts, and I founded it. And that may not be anything big right now while I'm still alive, so it's not venerated, you know, it's not celebrated. But when I pass, there will be Venusian art studios all around the world, and I will have influenced the creation of that.
Love it. Got it.
Right? So they can't take away first, but you may be the next top dog.
And there's one other thing, you know, I was hanging out for like the last week that I really try to cherish having gratitude. And you're just like, we're just hanging out, and one of the things you say frequently is like, nothing can ruin this day, man.
Right.
Like, really, if you want to keep doing it every day and not have it beat down, the level of gratitude you can feel, that's another thing that will keep you in business forever.
Agreed. Very much agreed. I'm a go-giver, not a go-getter. And if you're a go-giver, you're going to focus on the service side of your business. And if you get good reviews, you're going to get better, you know, your business is going to improve. So focus on getting good reviews and you're on your way.
Incredible. Guys, remember, first to market. They can take away top dog, but they can't take away first. Number 2, the determination to stick with it, right? Number 3, becoming elite at one thing. And number 4, the gratitude to keep going every day, just to be of service of other people, being thankful for that. And we'll see you guys in the next video.